Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to none other than your girl cooking with Tammy. Today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious mac and cheese. I know the other mac and cheese recipe that I posted, you guys went crazy over it. You told me how delicious it was. Guess what? I'm going to show you how to make another delicious mac and cheese that's perfect for any day of the week, weekend, and even holiday. Today we're going to be making buffalo chicken mac and cheese. Yay! So with all of that being said, let's introduce these ingredients and get to cooking. These are cavatappi noodles, just in case you're wondering. And for our seasonings, we're going to be using ground black pepper along with salt, onion powder, garlic powder, ground mustard, of course. No, we can't use regular mustard in the refrigerator. We need some ground mustard for this particular recipe, along with all-purpose flour, chicken bouillon for that extra flavor, butter, cream cheese, sour cream, hot sauce, and whole milk, along with an array of cheeses. However, whatever cheese you prefer is what you're going to use. I have a mix, or should I say I have a mozzarella and provolone blend along with gouda cheese. You can definitely use smoked or regular, along with sharp cheddar cheese, and last but not least, along with oil. I have my chicken breast that I'm going to show you how to cook it on down from scratch. Once we're done, we're going to shred it on up and incorporate it with our mac and cheese. So without further ado, let's get it. First thing we want to do to our clean chicken breast is hit it off with a small drizzle of oil. We have ground black pepper along with salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and of course your girl Cooking with Tammy's Cajun seasoning. Make sure you get it. Head on over to cookingwithtammy.shop to get your Cajun along with your other seasonings. Alright, we're just going to simply combine all of the seasonings together. Now that we have our seasoning blend, we're going to sprinkle it onto the chicken. We're going to get in there, we're going to mix it up really, really good. Make sure these chicken breasts are covered with seasoning, of course. Looking good so far. We're going to heat our skillet on up. In the meanwhile, we're going to add a small drizzle of oil to our pan. For this particular recipe, I love to pull out that cast iron skillet. Yes, it's definitely going to get the job done. We're going to take our perfectly seasoned chicken breast and we're going to place it down flat into the pan. Now, let's see. When it comes down to the browning, it should take about 5 minutes on each side. However, it all depends on the thickness of the chicken. So if you're using a thinner slice of chicken, obviously it's going to take less time to brown. In the meanwhile, we're going to keep this tray moving. I have some boiling water in the back doing its thing. However, we want our mac to have as much flavor from beginning to end. So as you saw, I just added some chicken bouillon to the water. I'm going to give it a quick stir. Once we're done, we're going to introduce our cavatappi noodles. However, guys, this recipe is not limited to only using this type of noodle. If you want to use, let's say, the typical, or should I say the regular elbow macaroni noodles, you can definitely use that as well. Once we're done, we're going to slightly cover it on down with the lid and allow it to cook until it's nice and al dente. However, we're not going to overcook the pasta because what's going to happen is we plan on putting this pasta in the oven at some point in time, right? And our mac and cheese is going to be really soggy and it's not going to be cool. Cook it on down, al dente once again. Refer to the back of the box for the cooking instructions. And in the meanwhile, let's check on our chicken. As you can see, it's nice and brown. It smells absolutely delicious. So we're going to get in there. We're going to flip our chicken on over and allow it to brown on the other side as well for about 5 minutes. Once our chicken is nice and brown, we are going to add, guess what? We're going to add some chicken broth. Why are you adding chicken broth and you just finished like literally browning the chicken? Simply because what's going to happen is we're going to create a nice steamy effect and our chicken is going to be, when I tell you, absolutely moist. It's going to be so moist, not to mention it's going to pick up the additional flavors from the chicken broth as well. As I always say, if you don't have chicken broth on hand, make your own chicken broth using bouillon and water. That's just what I did. And trust me, the flavors are amplified. In the meanwhile, to a separate pan, we're going to add some butter. Allow the butter to become nice and melted before adding our flour. Once the flour is in the pan, we're going to stir it on up because we want a nice, smooth, creamy consistency going on. We don't want a lumpy roux. Once the butter and flour looks like this, we're going to introduce our milk. Give it a good stir. At this point in time, our flame should be on medium heat. Stir it on up. And in about, let's say, 10 minutes, our sauce is going to thicken on up. Let's add some ground black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, dry mustard, and a small pinch of salt. While continuously stirring. As you can see, I'm still stirring. I haven't put my spatula down simply because, like I said before, I want the sauce to have a nice smooth consistency. Let's grab our pasta and drain it on off. Let's check on our sauce once again. And perfect. It's nice and thick, just the way we like it. At this time, we're going to go in with our cream cheese and follow it on up by adding our sour cream as well. At this point in time, it's really important for the sour cream and the cream cheese to be room temperature, including the butter that we used earlier. It makes it much easier to break it on down. We're going to grab our hot sauce and we're going to definitely add some hot sauce to the sauce, baby. Now, let me tell you something. When it comes to adding the hot sauce, if you're going to be feeding kids, don't add the hot sauce. However, let's say if you're into hot sauce, just add a little bit. But once again, if you're going to be feeding kids, I would definitely omit the hot sauce. We're going to add some of our cheeses. However, we're definitely going to reserve some for later as well. Give it a good stir and mix it on in. Make sure everything is well incorporated and our buffalo cheese sauce is done. Absolutely tasty and gorgeous. Let's check on our chicken, and as you can see, our chicken looks even more flavorful than it did before. We're going to go ahead and turn the stovetop on off. I allowed the chicken to cook, or should I say simmer, for an additional 10 minutes because, like I said, I wanted the chicken to pick up all of the wonderful flavors. But in the meanwhile, let's remove it from the stovetop and get in there and shred this chicken on up. Obviously, the chicken is hot, so you could definitely use a fork to shred the chicken. However, once the chicken cools down, you can get in there with your hands and shred it on up. Trust me, it's so much quicker and so much easier. Usually on a regular day, off camera, your girl would literally tear this chicken apart using her hands, all right, once it's cooled on down. But as you can see, I'm using the fork. However, it is taking a little bit longer. So, in 3, 2, 1. Yes, I'm using my hands. What can I say? Listen, we got to make this process work quick and efficiently. Of course, you know I'm going to shred the chicken in the same pan simply because I want to keep all of those locked in flavors and juices in this chicken. I want this chicken to be juicy. Let's go ahead and add our noodles to the cheese sauce. Mix it on up really good. Make sure everything is perfectly incorporated. Allow that cheese to get into every little nook and cranny of the pasta. This mac and cheese ain't even done yet, and I know you peeped that cheese pull. Stir it on in, guys. Make sure you get it good. Mix it on up. And just in case if you're wondering if we're going to pull a pan from the pantry to put this mac and cheese on in, no, we're going to leave our delicious buffalo mac and cheese in our cast iron skillet. We're going to add our delicious, flavorful shredded chicken. Yes, we are. And boy, does it smell good. We're going to get in there. We're going to incorporate it really, really good. Mix it on in. No rush. We're going to take our time and fold this chicken on into the mac and cheese. Just fold it on in. Once this buffalo mac and cheese is baked up, we want to make sure we have flavorful chicken in every single bite. Because it's the holidays and we love an easy cleanup around here, we're going to leave our buffalo mac and cheese inside of this cast iron skillet. No need to run to the pantry to grab additional casserole dishes or aluminum pans. Nope, nope, nope. We're going to use the back of our spatula, spread our mac and cheese on out into this pan. Once we're done, we're going to grab our reserved cheeses and we are going to get the topping. Once we're finished, we're going to place it into our 350-degree oven and allow it to bake on up until the cheese is nice and melted. Here's the thing, guys. I know someone is probably going to ask whether or not if I'm going to cover it on down with aluminum foil. And for this particular recipe, the answer is no. I'm not going to cover it down with aluminum foil. However, I am going to check on it periodically. If you want to cover it down with aluminum foil, you can definitely do that. However, remove the aluminum foil once the cheese is nice and melted. Be sure to turn the broiler on and allow the cheese to brown on up. After about 20 to 25 minutes, we're going to remove it from the oven. This is perfect. This is definitely to my liking. I'm going to chop some flat leaf parsley on up, and we're going to garnish it with parsley. And this delicious buffalo mac and cheese is ready to be served on up. Absolutely holiday worthy. So delicious, guys. Check out all of that beautiful chicken all throughout this beautiful buffalo mac and cheese. When I tell you guys, oh my goodness, absolutely delicious. All I could say is this recipe right here is definitely crowd pleasing. It's so good. So good. Just in case you're wondering, this is a large size cast iron skillet, and this mac and cheese went literally in one night. It's that delicious. So definitely give it a try. Let me know what you think. And as always, I'm your girl cooking with Tammy, and I will definitely catch you in another video. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.